We all use login panels every day to log into, well, pretty much everything. Usernames and passwords are supposed to help keep our information secure, right? Unfortunately, login panels are not as secure as we might think. In fact, they can actually be pretty dangerous. Today, most businesses need to provide their employees with some level of remote access to cloud, web, and on-premises applications. As a result, many applications today are web accessible by default. Most businesses have multiple login panels exposed to the public internet. This becomes a problem when businesses do not have the proper protections in place, or they have no idea they're exposed. This makes them easy targets for cybercriminals. That's why Coalition looks for exposed risky panels when a client applies for coverage, and why we continue monitoring for this exposure after coverage is bound. In this video, we'll focus on alerts related to exposed risky panels that may need to be accessible over the web, but should also be updated and protected with two-factor authentication. We know this can seem overwhelming, but don't worry. We'll break down what this means for your clients and how to guide them to a more secure, accessible IT environment. Let's dive in. Changes in how we use technology and today's evolving threat landscape can make it difficult for IT teams to keep up with an expanding attack surface and security best practices, and simply locking down access is not an option. This requires a balance of granting employees access to the resources they need to do their jobs without making it easy for cyber attackers to get in. The threat actors that IT teams are tasked with keeping out have countless tools at their disposal to attack systems without proper protection. Things like phishing and keylogging to steal user credentials, or trial and error through brute force attacks. This makes web accessible login panels attractive and generally preferred targets for attackers. When they discover a login panel with only a minimum level of security control, typically username and password, they've essentially found an easy in to take advantage of an exposed organization. Imagine 3 bikes of similar value parked side by side on a public bike rack. All of the bikes are accessible, but the first 2 are securely locked to the rack, and the third is not. When a thief prowls the streets looking for a bike, the third is by far the easiest grab. The thief gets what they want without having to spend time and effort breaking a complex lock and risking getting caught. Just like the thief searching through the streets for bikes to steal, threat actors are constantly scanning the internet for exposed login panels they can access, especially when the organization is unaware of their exposure or does not have the additional protections in place, like MFA. Once inside the network, the threat actor can execute other, more devastating attacks and compromise systems and data. We know all this can sound scary initially, but the good news is there's no need to be intimidated. While the exact mitigation strategy will vary for each organization based on their unique circumstances, this exposure can often be remediated by applying 2 security best practices: ensuring that all patches are up to date and the latest version of the service is being used, and enabling multi-factor authentication controls for employees to access the panel. Occasionally, we may alert on an exposed risky panel that does have MFA in place. This is not a mistake or a cause for alarm. It simply means that we can't confirm that the login panel is protected. In this case, we just need confirmation that MFA is enabled and a screenshot that shows the service is patched to the latest version. This can be submitted via email or through Coalition Control, our cyber risk management platform. To be clear, your role as an insurance advisor is not to fix the issue, but to guide your clients and help them prioritize reducing their attack surface. And we're here to help. Coalition designed Active Insurance to help organizations assess, protect, and respond to cyber risks. We also help empower your clients to take action on potentially exploitable panels and other security alerts in Coalition Control. Not only does Coalition Control provide your clients with the full technical details of these security findings, it also provides them with access to additional support and expert guidance to address areas of concern quickly and confidently. Coalition Control has a marketplace of vendors available to all clients with access that also offers discounts for existing policyholders. Help your clients prevent cyber risk before it strikes with Coalition.